Executable or interactive notebooks have a long history in science and academia. Notebooks were traditionally provided by applications such as MATLAB and Wolfram Mathematica to help scientists, students, professors, and mathematicians create self-documented notebooks that others can use to reproduce experiments. To accomplish this, notebooks contained a combination of runnable code, output, formatted text, and visualizations. Over the past several years, web-based interactive notebooks have gained popularity with data scientists and data engineers to conduct exploratory data analysis and model training using several languages, such as Python, Scala, SQL, R, and others. The most popular notebooks in use today are Jupyter, Databricks notebooks, R Markdown, and Apache Zeppelin. Notebooks are made up of one or more cells that allow for the execution of code snippets or commands within those cells. They store commands and the results of running these commands. When the notebook is saved and shared with others, any outputs can be included so others can see the intended outcomes of each cell. In this diagram, you can see that we used Notebook to perform 5 primary stages of the model development: collect data, prepare the data, train the machine learning model, evaluate the model and choose the best one, and then finally deploy the model. Now, let's see how notebooks are used for training and deploying models for classification. A Jupyter Notebook is created within Compute Instance provisioned within the Azure Machine Learning Workspace. The notebook uses Azure Machine Learning Python SDK to retrieve the training data, a set of flat files, from the dataset registered with the workspace and whose connection information, such as storage account name and keys, to the Azure storage is defined in the data store. The supervised model training executes in the context of an experiment run, which logs the training duration and other metadata about training, collects the performance statistics collected during model evaluation performed in the notebook, and relates the metadata with the actual model that is uploaded to the model registry. A new notebook is used to deploy the model as a web service running in Azure Kubernetes Service. This deployment notebook defines the web service logic that retrieves the model from the model registry, loads the model into memory, and uses the loaded model for inferencing against every request for classification. Once deployed, the scoring web service handles classification of input samples arriving from the client application in the form of a HTTP request.